Okay, so I'm here with JD Pardo from NBC's Revolution. I want to know what the J and the D stand for.
JD stands for Jorge Daniel.
Oh, wait, I like the way you say that. Say it again.
Jorge Daniel.
I can't say it like that.
Jorge Daniel.
Jorge Daniel. How was that?
I can keep saying it.
My Spanish, I speak a little bit of Spanish, but I can't say it like you do.
Yeah.
But it sounds good when you say it.
Yeah, you know, growing up, you know, people couldn't really say it, so they just called me George.
George.
Or George Daniel. And then when I
Yes.
started acting, just turned into JD.
Smart. JD makes you sound like cool and
I guess,
suave and hip. Okay, so big episode last night on Revolution. As I'm watching it, and I saw a little boy with the fabulous Giancarlo Esposito's character, his little flashbacks, I thought, I bet you're his son. So as I'm watching the beginning part of that episode, the whole time I'm thinking, I bet he turns out to be his son. And could they have cast a better little boy? You guys look so much alike.
That's what everybody was telling me, because I told them that I should have been involved in that casting process.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But they were like, you got to see this kid, and I didn't get to see him on set, but I saw it last night, and I was just completely, I was blown away, and I actually got a lot of phone calls, because I keep the secrets. I don't reveal anything, and they're like, you're his son. I know you're his son. Look at the kid.
Right, exactly. Look at the kid. He looks just like you. It's like you got to see back into your, your childhood.
Right.
What you used to look like.
No, and I was like, I was watching. I was like, oh, that's why I'm this way.
You don't even know.
I don't even know.
You have no idea. Well, did you know from the get-go, was that always the plan when they hired you for this role, or was that sort of crafted as they're going along?
It's crafted as they go along. I believe that they do have points that they want to hit, and they do know where they want to go in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
But they're really good at keeping it close to the vest.
Yeah.
And so we find out maybe like a week or two before we actually start getting into a certain storyline.
Yeah.
So,
well, because they added Kim Raver to the cast,
right.
And then I thought, well, I wonder if there was always a plan to give his Captain Neville's character a wife, or did they just decide when they picked her up, like, oh, let's give him a wife.
Let's give him a wife.
And a kid. Hey, how about that kid that's been following them?
I'll take it.
Maybe he could be his son.
Absolutely, I'll take it.
I'm just like thinking about sitting in the writer's room, and this is what's going on.
Oh, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. But it's really great, because Giancarlo Esposito is just a fabulous actor who recently nominated for Breaking Bad.
Yep.
And just to work with him and to share with him, and it's a joy for me. I love it. What
will the relationship be between father and son? We can obviously tell right now it's a little contentious, but it will continue that way, or will we ever see that they actually get along?
I think that I don't know, and I'm not trying to be cute about it. I really don't know, but I believe. I mean, you see that Jason is attracted to Charlie, and that's a problem. That's a conflict for him. But as far as father and son goes, I think that with any young man who's discovering themselves and becoming their own man, they have that fight with their father a bit, and I think that's what's going on here. I think that's what you're going to see, and where his loyalty lies, and there's a lot of history. I mean, as you saw in last night's episode, I mean, he was, was learning how to use a knife.
Right.
As a boy.
Yeah.
So.
You're actually one of the rare people who is from L.A.
Born and raised, yeah.
Born and raised in L.A. And did you always want to get into acting?
I did. I think as a kid, I really wanted to, just watching movies, it was just like, you go to a movie theater, it's big, you see these movies and your eyes are just so big, and you get to fantasize and play and imagine and create, and so I did, but I didn't really. I grew up in the valley, the San Fernando Valley, so I really didn't understand. I didn't know that side of the hill existed until I got into that process.
Oh, that's good to know. So you were kind of kept away from that, because I feel like when people grow up in LA, they're always like heading over to Hollywood, and they, So you can actually live an existence without knowing about what happens on the other side.
Yeah, and I hear people like even in Wilmington, they're like, where are you from? I'm like, I'm LA, and they're like, yeah. Like, you don't like LA? And they're like, no. And I was like, what's wrong with it? And they mention all these things. I'm like, yeah, but that's hot. That's like that side of it. Like there's more to it. There's, it's a good place. I love LA. Okay. I love LA.